Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Colonel's Corner. Joining us today is Wilkes football head coach Dave Biever to recap the team's 15-13 win over Catholic and preview their game this weekend at Moravian. Coach, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about this game, 15-13 win over Catholic on homecoming at Schmidt Stadium. The offense had their best game of the year, their first over 300 yards of total offense. We keep talking about it every week, how the confidence builds within this group with each passing game. Talk to me about their performance and what you liked so far.
Yeah, I think we're finally starting to gel, and I thought that was what we saw last week in practice, and that's why when we talked about it last week, I was excited about what we were going to go do. Now we got to figure out our red zone struggles, but for us to be able to go out and execute and do those things consistently, it takes a little while, and I thought our guys are really buying into the scheme, what we're doing, the execution of our game plan, and really just going out and playing fast, and I thought we did that on Saturday.
Defense had another strong game, holds Catholic to only 17 yards on the ground. That's a huge strength for the team up front. Talk about the defense's play, especially that front seven.
Yeah, I think our front seven is playing fast, and it's exciting. When we pride ourselves on being able to run the football, and we love to stop the run, and I think our guys are buying into that, and they're really playing team defense. When you get to be able to just fit your gap and do your job, and everybody else gets to fall in and do that, I think we get to execute at a higher level, and I think guys are starting to believe in each other more now that they've played more together.
And we don't usually touch on it in these interviews, but special teams has been so important to Wilkes this season. Nick Volpone is having an incredible year. Talk to us about the special teams play just over the course of this year and how valuable it's been to the team.
Yeah, I think it's been our most consistent unit week by week, and I thought from a special teams period, those guys work hard all the time. And Coach Coe does a great job, and Coach Fink does a good job of setting up the scheme and doing the execution of that. But I think those guys, the way they work off camera when nobody else is watching on a field by themselves, just working, it shows. And that's Pete, that's Nick, that's Snyder. It's those guys being able to do what they're expected to do, but I think they put a lot of work into that, and not many people see that. And Nick's been able to showcase those skills this year, and obviously winning 3 games by 8 points he's been the weapon, and he's been a really strong point for our team, and we have a lot of belief in him.
Not only that, he's been a 2-time Landmark Conference Specialist Athlete of the Week. He's had a fantastic season for you guys. We turn to this week now with Moravian, and when we had Nick in here with Ben Cantella earlier in the week, they talked about how big this was for a lot of guys coming from the Lehigh Valley. Your 3rd homecoming game in a row, including your own last week. Talk about this game against Moravian and what you're expecting from the Greyhounds.
Yeah, the Greyhounds are a really tough football team, and I know their coaching staff really well, and I know they're prepared to play, and for this year, they've been really consistent. Their defense flies around. They're going to be a tough opponent on Saturday. We're really excited to get down there for a really cool atmosphere again. Obviously, 3rd week in a row having a homecoming game. But it is a lot of our local guys being able to go play at home in their hometown from where we recruited them from. And for us, it is just going out and executing and doing our game plan. It was a team that was picked higher than us in the rankings preseason, and we're not going to take them lightly, and we have to go out and execute and do what we're expected to do and play Wilkes football.
And with the bye week next week, how important is it for you to take a win into that bye week and carry that momentum through for the second half of the season?
Yeah, I think it's huge. And obviously going 2-0 in conference play is what we're here to do, and that's our focus point. And it's not worrying about the bye or worrying about who we have coming out of the bye. It's really about focusing on this week and going 1-0 this weekend and being able to do what we want to do and keep our goals in front of us.
The Colonels travel to Moravian to face the Greyhounds at 1 p.m. this Saturday. Coach, thank you so much for stopping by, and best of luck this weekend.
Thanks for having me.